like put a content warning sort of thing, like just like a, hey, we're talking about things with my chat about this kind of stuff before you know, beginning of the run. I guess I'll just put one in here right now, just in the event that we do talk about some more heavy stuff. But you know, I was just kind of in that spot where I was like, you know, not the end of the world, because you know, because I do have to be careful in a sense, because you know, obviously there are some boundaries that you will step over by accident because you don't know they're there, and sometimes the other person you're talking to doesn't know they're there. But like at the same time, you know, it's kind of hard to like live content warning like Twitch stuff, because you never know when somebody will click on the stream. But you always can for like, you know, static YouTube content, right? Hey guys, we're talking about really cool stuff in this run, like disability and the American healthcare system and capitalism. You were free to opt out of this if it is too much for you to handle based on your spoons at this point, you know, and that's okay. Now, there are going to be some people out there who are going to look at that and use that as an opportunity to not engage with something they probably should, especially abled people. And to them, I would challenge them to be like, hey, hear me out. These are things you're probably not going to hear very often, because you probably don't know a lot of disabled people, or like, you know, you aren't actively seeking out disabled people intentionally. And so as a result, I tend to talk my shit, and I challenge you to listen to what I have to say and just sort of broaden your horizons, right? Put it in like the most abled language possible, right? The fucking broaden your horizon shit. Or like, see new perspectives. That's like the other one they like to use too. And it's not just abled, it's also, you know, people who are not in that particular minority, right? All of my abledness. Yeah, the guidelines for like being able to qualify for disability are just so disgusting to me. Like, it's so clear that with the way that they want to set them up, and like it's just basically them telling disabled people that we value you at X, and that's it. That's really hurtful. Like shit, like the you can't be on disability if you're married type of shit. Like I was talking about earlier with things like hierarchies and stuff, it's like them using the law to enforce that disabled people remain at a lower place in that hierarchy. Whereas I think a lot of disabled people don't give two shits about, you know, shit. They just want to go about their day and spend time with the people that's important to them and live. People have a right to live. $2K a year is not enough to live on. Minimum wage isn't enough to live on, you know? Yeah, the level of copium we have just to consume just to exist. Hey Cole, how's it going? Hope you're doing alright. Would have said hi earlier when you were chilling out in Mortal, but really refreshing. Yeah, because like, and that's part of the reason. Like, part of the reason I speak up is to educate people, but also because like, I feel like disabled people are sometimes isolated from other disabled people, and you know, our situations are really different, but there's always overlap. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Coley. We're kind of like talking about some slightly more heavy shit, so like, I encourage you to stick around and chill out and, you know, obviously hang out and have fun and talk about whatever you want. But I just, you know, because of the nature of some of the stuff that we're talking about, I just want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to opt out based on their level of spoons and just sort of, you know, their own content needs, you know, so. But, you know, that being said, like, I talk my shit about this stuff because it's super important for, you know, if we're talking about disability stuff, it's super important for ableds to hear, and it's super important for other disabled people to see other disabled people kicking ass. And to, like, not, like, I don't want to use the term whitewash, but, like, you know, like, you know, kind of, like, smear over their disability in the way that ableds do, right? Like, I saw a really interesting post on Coast, where, kind of like around the origins of, like, the slogan, "Be gay, do crimes," and how, like, that originally came about as, not performing queerness in a way that was acceptable to straight people. Rejecting the idea of, like, the, oh, think of the children thing. Yeah, if your children are horrified, fuck them. You know? That kind of shit, where it's like an active rejection of the respectability politics, I guess is a good term of it. Or respectability in presentation, you know? Shut up, Mastani. Yeah, Coley, when are we getting you to run this game? To keep people in line. Yeah. It'll look super cool. Dude, this game, like, Nistani, like, I might have gotten Nistani to quit Scoob for this game. It's pretty bad. Do rabbits first, though? Alright, sick. You're off the hook, then. Nice, nice. Were you hitting those today? That's a good sign if I'm hitting those, because it means one of these runs is eventually going to get to Moon. Yeah, it's hard because, for me specifically, because there's like two parts of my brain where on an intellectual side, my brain is like, I have all these goals I want to achieve, I want to get back to work on X game or Y game. The Pokemon movie looks cool and got called ableist for that. The fuck? Anyway, give me a second. I'm not going to be able to reach out for kind of like the next parts of these two levels because rhythm game. I gotta say though, nothing annoys me on Twitter more than like chronically online 17-year-olds of various communities trying to like obviously, you know, they probably really care about specific things, but it's they just tend to get like so riled up over shit that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, like in like picking fights with people over on Twitter. Meanwhile, not like supporting people out on the fucking front lines. Speaking of Pokemon, though, I am so fucking excited to go pick up a copy of the new Pokemon game. I've been using it as a carrot on a stick to get myself to the end of this fucking semester. Can't fucking wait. The cycle has gotten so much less awkward after I learned how to skip that third spike block. I wish I could read chat right now, because I feel like y'all are having like a really interesting... Like, we set up this really interesting conversation, and then I just like have 2 levels where I don't get to participate. And like everything grinds to a halt. Armchair fucking supporters, yep! Who haven't done anything about X-Problem themselves. The fucking people, like, yell at people, like, to boycott whatever, but then don't fucking show up on the streets to protest. Fucking fake as shit. Alright, hopefully everyone enjoys the next 2 levels, which are not only, like, some of the best music, but also just best levels in the game, I would argue. Until after the stream. Okay, thank you for letting me know, because I just saw the pings. Like, you stepped into my trad card. People just don't understand the shelf life of things that you do or say in other people's memories. Like, that was one of the big things that helped me really work on some of my social anxiety, is that if you feel like you did something, like, really awkward, or made somebody really upset, chances are, like, 2 or 3 seconds after you say or do the thing, unless it was, like, super egregious, they've forgotten about it already, you know? Like... can talk all you fucking want, but if you... Now, obviously, like, if you're in a person like me whose disability kind of makes it hard to self-advocate in a lot of ways, then I think, like, you know, you can't give use the equal yardstick for everybody. But if you're, like, an able-bodied person, like, who, like, obviously, you know, there is some stake to doing some things because police and threat of violence and things like that, but, like, and I understand that, but, like, if all you're gonna do is, like, yell at people on Twitter and then don't show up when it really fucking counts, then I have no patience for you. Are you being accessed? Yeah. It's just never good faith. It's just so frustrating to deal with. Because a lot of time you just, by these kinds of people, you just end up getting talked over too. Talk at you, not to you. Exactly. Or with you. No, Nasari's exactly right. Pull up a screenshot? Yeah. And like we were talking about earlier, it's not about trying to improve or, you know, punch up at systems or people in positions of power. It's punching sideways and punching down. I have no patience for it. And to some degree, I empathize with the impulse, because when, you know, these issues, like their true root causes, are so big and terrifying that, you know, you can't do anything about it, you know, there is a little bit of agency that you feel like you get when you participate in these kinds of ways. And I understand that. But, like, I don't know. It's... I'm just tired of being talked over a little bit, you know? By people who do not give a shit that I exist and would rather that me and my disabled ass would die, and by fucking people who are trying to speak for me and not letting me speak my fucking life experience, you know? See, I think what this reveals, if you're not disabled and you haven't already sort of squeezed this out right now, like the exhaustedness that you get from being disabled, like, not only comes from, like, the day-to-day and the management and the physical symptoms, but, like, also dealing with abled people. It's the emotional toll from not being heard, from being basically at best ignored, you know? when it comes from family, yeah, that's where it hurts too sometimes, especially if you have good relationships with people who raised you. A nice thing about being an adult now that I've learned, probably one of the best things about growing up, is you get to choose your family. And, you know, I've chosen my, you know, most if not all of my biological family to be my family. Because I love them, and also because they, you know, do support me. But also not perfect, you know? There is room to allow people to not be perfect, but also to, you know, you can allow people to not be perfect while also becoming extremely frustrated with... Because, you know, a lot of people, like, freak out when, like, you finally have that breaking point, and they're like, what? The thing I said wasn't that big of a deal, or, sorry, I didn't mean it to do that much harm to you. And it's not like that one individual action did a lot of harm. It's just that you experience so much of this shit on a day-to-day that it's that one last thing that caused you to snap, and then you get looked at like you're overreacting. And you probably are, but like, can you blame me when I have to, like, for the other 10 times I've had to have this conversation today that I kept it together, and now that I've been hearing it for the 11th, I just don't have the spoons anymore? Like... I just barely made that. So long as you get the damage boost, you make it, but I almost missed. Better. I'm gonna play it safe. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm not going to be able to reach that here, as I'm sure you can tell. Wish me luck. That's where I lost my run last time. Sorry for the yell. It's over. It's over. We got it. We got it. We got it. Watch this. You hit it from the side. That gets you the checkpoint up here. It's over. It's over. Oh my god. It's over. Yes, dude! Oh my god! Come on, come on. Go, 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 go! Fucking yes, dude! Oh my god, I got my sub 26. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't have a run that good. Oh my fucking lord. By 3/100ths of a second, that is the world's first sub 26 minute time. Oh my god. Show me the fucking money. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Let me scroll back up. I see what you're saying, Andrew. Yeah, sorry I didn't get the chance to kind of respond to what you were talking about with the bipolar stuff, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, no, interestingly, SSK, the rhythmic platforms, that was possible in all levels with that stuff. But the dev patched it out of food and comfort in, like, at some point. but left it in the final level. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, no, elevator skip is free. All you do is just walk off the ledge, touch the side of the elevator, and then that activates the checkpoint up where the moon is, but you don't get trapped within the elevator. And so then you fall, and it will automatically kill you, and then that puts you up at the checkpoint and skips the elevator red. Yo, thank you, Score. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone else, for the burgies and the GGs. Oh my good God. Summer best, 25.50. Good Lord. That was close. There you have it, everybody. I'm free. All right, let me make the tweet.